Now fresh hope. There is fresh hope, new hope in Nnamdi Kanu'S case because a prominent lawyer in Nigeria has given a breakdown of why Nnamdi Kanu'S conviction cannot stand. This conviction given by Justice James Omotosho, there's now a reason why it cannot stand, and that's what we'll be looking at in this very news because it broke like a few minutes ago. Lawyer explains why Nnamdi Kanu'S conviction cannot stand. Please let us look at this very, very well because it's very, very important. As the controversy over the conviction of indigenous people of Biafra leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continues, human rights lawyer Barrister Christopher Chidera has declared the judgment a legal nullity built on repealed and non-existent laws. This lawyer has declared that judgment by Justice James Omotosho as a legal nullity based on repealed and non-existent laws. Pay attention. This is very, very important. Speaking with journalists in Abuja on Monday, Chidera argued that the court lacked jurisdiction, lacked jurisdiction to convict Kanu and called for his immediate and unconditional release. That Omotosho's court, the Federal High Court in Abuja, lacked the jurisdiction in the first place. So if you lack jurisdiction, that means you don't have any legal rights to convict or even entertain a case. The Constitution is not subjection. This is Chidera talking. It is the supreme law. Nigeria cannot claim to be a constitutional democracy while its courts attempt to convict a citizen under laws that do not exist. Under laws that do not exist. No wonder Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was angry in the court because he was asking, show me the law. And the Omotosho could not present the law. Show me the law upon which you are standing to try me. And Nigerian government, even Amowolo, has not been able to point out a written law that is still in force. This is not advocacy. This is not an interpretation. This is not politics. This is the plain truth of the law. Chidera explained that counts 1 to 6 of Kanu's charges were based on the Terrorism Prevention as amended Act 2013, a statute that has since been repealed and no longer part of Nigeria criminal law. So how can you start on a law that is no longer part of the law, that is no longer in existence, that no longer has the backing of the Constitution to convict a man like Nnamdi Kanu? Please, you watching this video, come under the comment of this video and type, nothing must happen to Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu, nothing must happen to Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria, nothing at all must happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Type it in the comment section, very, very important, then click on like. He cited section 36, subsection 12 of the Constitution, which says that a person cannot be convicted of an offense unless it is defined in a written, not oral law. Unless it is defined in a written law, enforced at the time. That must not only will the law be defined, it must be written, and it must be a law that is still in force, not a law that has been repealed or a forgotten law or a law that has been amended. Adding, a repealed law is not a written law in force. A conviction under a repealed law is void. There is no exception. There is no exception. Remember to come under the comment of the video and type, Biafra must never die. Type and say, Biafra must never die. Also say, nothing must happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He also challenged count 7, noting that it relied on the so-called Criminal Code Act, Cap C45, which is described as a legal ghost and non-existent statute. Pay attention. According to Chidera, the Supreme Court has previously ruled that count 7 was defective and ordered it corrected, but neither the prosecution nor the trial court complied. The Supreme Court already said that count 7 was defective, was not right, and ordered Amowolo and the prosecution team of the federal government, Tinubu's government, to amend it, but they ignored it. Many people now wonder why it appears that some people play the God. They don't obey the law. They don't obey court ruling. The court will say A, and the big men and politicians in Nigeria will say B. According to the children, okay, we must move on. A court cannot invent jurisdiction. A court cannot invent jurisdiction over an offense that does not exist in any statute. A judge cannot rewrite Nigeria's laws from the bench. That's what Omotosho is doing. That's what Justice James Omotosho is doing. Rewriting the Constitution of Nigeria from the bench, which is legally wrong. Chidera accused the court of defying the Supreme Court's directive and of refusing to take judicial notice of the repeal of the terrorism law, despite Section 122 of the Evidence Act requiring mandatory acknowledgement. What Omotosho did is to neglect and refuse to acknowledge some of these points that Nnamdi Kanu and his legal team were bringing up. A judge who refuses to acknowledge the very existence of the law he swore to uphold has abandoned the judicial oath he took under the 7th schedule of the Constitution. He said, this is where Omotosho is very wrong. This is where many local and international bodies are, why many of them are really against Justice James Omotosho. He warned that any post-trial attempt to amend charges, change the statutes of the offense, or interpret the charges retroactively would amount to fraud, not law. Fraudulent system being observed down there in Nigeria. If you are in Nigeria, please let us know the atmosphere, what is going on in Nigeria. I mean, how are people reacting? How are you, are people close to you reacting about this Nnamdi Kanu'S case? Please let us know in the comment section if you are down there in Nigeria. He further criticized what he called Judgment Day confusion, saying Count 7 was later tried to the Customs and Excise Management Act, SEMA, which had already expired under its 5-year limitation period and had been misapplied, adding, this is not jurisprudence, this is confusion multiplied by illegality. Please come under the comment of this video and type Biafra will never die, and also type Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing must happen to Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. And you can also drop a prayer for Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, because at this moment Nnamdi Kanu is going through a lot over there in Sokoto. They have taken him to one secret prison in Sokoto, in the heart of the caliphate, and we must not keep quiet. In law, this is what I'm talking. When jurisdiction collapses, everything else collapses with it. Nothing stands, he said. He demanded that Kanu be released immediately and unconditionally. And that's what everybody is saying. Please type it in the comment section. Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu immediately and unconditionally. Please, somebody type it. Be bold enough, because we must always stand for truth. We must always stand for fairness. We must always stand for justice, no matter who is affected. To convict a citizen under laws that do not exist is not merely a miscarriage of justice, it is the death of legality. Nigeria is better than this. Our constitution demands better than this. And history will remember who stood for the law and who stood against it, the lawyer said. This is what is going on in Nnamdi Kanu'S case. Of course, a lot is happening right now, and our work here in Noble Media is to give you updates as it's dropping. Like this video, share this video, click on join to become a full member of our channel. And most importantly, drop a comment saying free Nnamdi Kanu now. Drop a comment now. Drop a comment now and say free Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. You can also drop a prayer for him. Don't forget to say Biafra will never die. Like this video, join, and most importantly, there's another video from our channel on the screen. Click on it and watch now.